Hi everyone, and welcome to Drive Chris Capredoni, your source for automotive reviews, analysis, maintenance, and restorations. Please subscribe to our channel, watch the entire video, watch our other videos, and of course, click on notifications to be first to learn about new videos. I'm Chris Capredoni, and in this comprehensive video, I will be reviewing the 2023 BMW X3 30i. I will review the engine, interior, trunk boot area, mechanical features, and then take it for a drive. I will also elaborate on the 4 trim levels, which are the xDrive30i, the xDrive30i, which is this one, the M30i, and then finally the high-performance X3M. Here we are at the business end of the X3, the engine bay, and this particular model has the turbo 4-cylinder, which produces 248 horsepower at 5,200 RPM. It's an all-aluminum engine, so the head is aluminum. It's mated to an 8-speed shiftable automatic, and when it's in sport mode, it accelerates from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 6 seconds. The X3M, so the high-performance trim level for this vehicle, comes with an inline 6, an aluminum inline 6 that produces 382 horsepower and does 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.6 seconds. Here underneath this very large plastic cover is the 4-cylinder engine, and it really is not a very attractive engine with respect to aesthetics. It just looks like your basic engine. Over here, as I mentioned before, here is the charge points for positive and negative if you need to boost this vehicle or another vehicle. You never use the battery in the back. We have our fluids over on that end. Here is the air filter. And this car right now is estimated to cost about $1,000 a year to maintain. Now, obviously, that number will go up as the car ages and major service is required. For example, gaskets needing to be replaced, a full transmission service with filter, the serpentine belt being replaced, plugs, things like that. I've done some research. I have not heard of any sort of problems, systemic design flaw problems with this engine. It's also in other BMW vehicles, so I would recommend this engine both for a good cross between performance and economy. Again, if you do want hardcore performance, you need to go to the 6-cylinder that's only available in the X3M. Here we are in the interior, and it's a very pleasant environment to be in. The seats are very attractive and extremely comfortable. The dash is set up nicely. It's not overly complicated. I like the look and feel of it. The materials are very nice looking and feel very nice, so it elevates the style of this vehicle. Overall, it's very nice. There's a touch screen here which interacts with the the BMW iDrive system, or you can interact with it with this metal looking knob here, just like most other BMWs that have come before it. So overall, the interior and the front is really great. I like it. I would endorse it. The rear seating area is a very comfortable and spacious area. 3 adults can sit here, even adults that are over 6 feet tall. There's enough knee and head space here. There's a full panoramic sunroof. Also, we have some controls down here to control the climate control. The materials are, again, just like the front, very quality, nice to touch, durable. Just like most BMWs, they're very high quality, both in their construction and durability. I'm very comfortable back here. They're also a full complement of side curtain airbags. And overall, I would have to, here's a pass-through for long items, 2x4s, skis, what have you. Also, it's a 60-40 split folding rear seat to increase the cargo capacity up to 62.7 cubic feet. Overall, it's an excellent environment to be in. I'm very comfortable. Um, there are also areas to secure baby seats as well. So this is not only a performance vehicle, but it's a family vehicle with everything that comes with that. So I would recommend this vehicle for a growing family. Here we are at the back end, and this is the trunk space. It's a very usable cargo space. First, to start, it has an auto lift gate, so you don't have to do anything manual. You use your fob, and then there's a button up there to close it. With the seats folded down, the 60/40 back seats, there's 62.7 cubic feet of storage space, which is near the top of its class with respect to cargo capacity. There are a few vehicles that are have a little bit more space, but overall, this is a very good space to store items in. There is a sub-trunk, a small sub-trunk below, which is really used to hide valuables and incidentals. You will notice that there is, or I've noticed, there is no spare tire, and that's because this vehicle, like many other BMWs, has run flat tires. So there is no need for any sort of spare tire. Also, this is the location below the trunk, in the sub-trunk, is the location for the vehicle's battery. The vehicle battery is not up near the engine because they've designed that in a way for not only for vehicle balance, for performance, but also they do not want anyone meddling or touching the battery, especially for boosting. There are boost points up in the engine bay. Lastly, I think that this vehicle, for its size, has a very good cargo capacity also with the seats folded up. There's lots of room here. You could even fit two golf bags in here without any issues. So overall, I do recommend this vehicle as a utility vehicle, not just as a performance vehicle. So this trim level of the X3 comes with 19-inch 245 low-profile all-season Pirellis. I have found them so far to be adequate to handle wet, ice, and normal driving conditions. They are very grippy. They bring the vehicle down quite quickly. So, and also the rims are very attractive. I do like the spindle design. Overall, I give this my endorsement as well. It's very attractive, and they fill out the arches quite well. So here I am, I'm going to take it out for a drive. I've just put it into Sport Plus mode, which is the most aggressive driving configuration for the engine, transmission, and suspension, because I'm going to do some acceleration, and that would obviously be the logical mode to be in. I can already hear the engine revving a little bit more as I'm moving through the gears. So here I go, I'll just accelerate. So this vehicle reaches 0 to 60 miles an hour, or 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, in approximately 6 seconds. Now that is pretty standard for any vehicle in this range. I think the only one that actually does a little bit better is the Alfa Romeo. I'll put stats up on the screen for that one, because I know their top-end engine for the Stelevo, I think it's called, is 505 horsepower, whereas the X3M is 382 horsepower. Again, those are just numbers. I don't know which vehicle is heavier. Again, I'll figure that out. But that engine allows the X3M to accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 3.6 seconds, which is, just above Corvette territory or Porsche Cayenne territory. So quite aggressive. This car here, it's pretty much that vehicle, except it has the 4-cylinder in it. So it has its limitations, but in daily drivability, in accelerating, handling, I'm quite satisfied. The brakes bring this car down quite quickly because they're 4-wheel discs and ABS, all the standard stuff that you would expect. Comfort is a little bit jarring because I have it in sport mode. So what that has done is tightened up the suspension, which I'm used to in the cars that I drive. I love a tighter suspension because that obviously improves handling. But if you want to drive in something a little bit more tame, there is a comfort setting and there's also an eco setting. With the eco setting, it does certain things like when you come to a stoplight or you're in traffic, the starter will turn the engine off and then it'll start again as soon as you put your foot on the accelerator. When you're in sport mode, that is disabled because it's anticipating that you're going to want to do aggressive acceleration. So you're not going to want to take the extra time for the engine to start and then accelerate. So logical thinking from BMW in doing that. This car, I like the way it handles it. I'm riding on 19-inch 245 Pirellis, very grippy. They're all season. They're not winter tires, or they're not devoted performance tires. They're a nice mix. I haven't seen or felt anything that would cause me alarm because I have driven this car in the wet and it handles pretty well. This car quite adequately takes over other vehicles, especially at highway, freeway speeds. I feel very relaxed in this vehicle. I don't feel that it's that easy to hit its limitations like some other vehicles that I've driven and I've done reviews on. This one seems to always have just a little bit more left on tap for me to utilize. So I do like that. And again, this is basically a BMW with BMW engineering. So their SUVs are always designed with performance in mind. I know there's an eco mode, but I don't believe that anyone buying this vehicle would keep it in eco mode. I've had it in that, and I'm not happy with the way it performs just to save a few dollars on fuel. This vehicle, by the way, runs on 89 octane. It doesn't run on premium. Some people do put regular fuel in it. That's something that can be done with this vehicle because the electronic control module will adjust the compression and the firing for the lower octane. But if you want to tap in to the sport mode and extract the power from this engine, you're probably going to want to use 89 octane all the time. I love the sound of the engine in sport mode when it comes, infiltrates the cabin. It moves. I really do like this vehicle. I haven't driven the Alfa Romeo, but probably the two are very similar when it comes to performance because, like I said, BMW is a performance-minded company. So all the vehicles they design have that feature, that culture, whatever you want to call it, that mindset. So overall, I have to say that this is a very good vehicle. I would recommend it as a driver's car. You can also put 5 people in here, so it's very usable. Very nice vehicle. Pricing when new for the 2023 X3s range from $46,200 all the way up to $73,895 for the X3M. All BMWs, and specifically the 2023 X3s, come with a full complement of standard and available driver assist features. Notable standard assistance features are forward automatic emergency braking, which not only alerts you to a frontal collision, but will apply the brakes to avoid it. Traffic sign recognition will scan for signs like speed limits and display the information on the dash to to assist you in complying with local speed limits. Available assistance features include evasive steering assist, which steers the vehicle away from a potential collision, or my favorite feature, heads-up display. I truly love this feature as it allows me to keep my eyes on the road at all times, and it's just so cool a feature being adapted from jet fighters. Now let's have a close look at the X3's competition. The compact luxury SUV market is a very crowded market segment, so each manufacturer must bring high-quality products to market in order to generate interest and sales. Notable competition of the 2023 BMW X3 xDrive30i are as follows. The Acura RDX has a 272 horsepower Turbo 4, a low base price, and good cargo space. The Alfa Romeo Stelvio has sporty handling, quick acceleration, a 280 horsepower Turbo 4. The interior is not as premium as the X3, nor is it as spacious. The Audi Q5 has a nice interior and lots of engine choices, from a 201 horsepower Turbo 4 all the way up to a 349 horsepower 3-liter Turbo 6. The Mercedes-Benz GLC is refined and comfortable, has a 255 horsepower Turbo 4 with a 9-speed transmission and a very nice cabin. The Lexus RX 250 with class-leading reliability and build quality, rated 5 out of 5. The Buick Envision, it's a budget-minded alternative with a 282 Turbo 4 as the only option. The Volvo CX60 has a nice interior, infotainment system not the best, a 247 horsepower Turbo 4, moving all the way up to a hybrid 455 horsepower engine. Also has generous cargo space. The Mazda CX-5, it's a competent vehicle. The infotainment system is not touchscreen. Its base engine is 187 horsepower 4-cylinder, but it also offers a 277 horsepower Turbo 4. The handling is good, and it's a very cost-effective alternative to the X3. The Genesis GV70, this is an excellent vehicle. It has a 300 horsepower Turbo 4-cylinder and also an option of getting a 375 horsepower twin turbo V6. It's very refined and has a stunning interior. The Lincoln Corsair has a 255 horsepower Turbo 4 and a hybrid turbo, which produces 266 horsepower. Finally, the BMW X1 is also an alternative to the X3. It has a 241 horsepower Turbo 4 and is well equipped. Also, it can be considered a very cost-effective alternative to the X3. My overall impressions of this vehicle as a performance compact luxury SUV are positive. Listed on screen are my breakdown of specific categories and then my overall ranking. To conclude, the 2023 BMW X3 xDrive30i is a very competent performance-based luxury SUV that is designed and manufactured to high standards. This flexible SUV is priced fairly amongst its competition and is projected to have a long-term above-average reliability rating. Safety is also highly rated, and its styling is more evolutionary than revolutionary. BMW was not interested in offering a polarizing design, so it gently modernized its exterior and interior designs. If you are looking for something more avant-garde, look to the Genesis or Stelvio. Overall, great job, BMW. Thanks for watching this comprehensive review of the 2023 BMW X3 xDrive30i. We hope you found it informative. Please subscribe to our channel, Drive Chris Capredoni, and watch our other informative videos as your source for vehicle reviews, analysis, maintenance, and restorations.